ourselves right up there. And I'm disappointed that you didn't address one issue, one major issue.
This was an opening for an office. I wanted to explain to
This was
people
supposed to
what
be
we
a
do.
town hall.
Period. I'll do that later.
Supposed to go on in 2 hours to Route 69.
I had one question, but I also had the other. I would like to know what happens to these questions we ask you. Will we get an answer? And I wondered if you realized how many of us are very nervous that our president could be under investigation for the crime of colluding with the enemy.
Would you, as a member of Congress, ever consent to a president receiving a gift of significant value from a foreign government? And if not, how would you know whether Trump is receiving presents from a foreign government without reviewing his tax returns?
The bigger question here, sir, is can you commit to protect your state's natural resources, including the air we breathe and the water we drink, and oppose any federal cuts that will adversely impact our environment, such as cuts to the EPA? 71% of the voters in this district are in favor of the Affordable Care Act. You have voted to repeal it literally dozens of times. You've never had a plan to replace it. When can we expect you to represent your new constituents in this new district rather than your own ideology?
We, as taxpayers, ask our president to release his tax forms so that we know what taxes, where they're coming from. And in second to that question, our tax money would go for a wall that most people feel that was promised as a campaign promise and not as a necessity to what this country needs. Are you going to support the tax money to be used for the wall?
My question is, will you support eliminating the employee cap on Social Security and Medicare contributions? Sorry, Congressman, I keep forgetting that you're here to listen and not to actually communicate. But while you're at it, one more, okay. Then I'll be looking forward to his answer to that. While you're at it, how about introducing legislation that forbids Congress from writing the Social Security Trust Fund?
We need an independent investigation. We need to have records subpoenaed. This is not the time for political cowardice. Will you, Congressman, represent the American people, and will you do your job?
And I'm deeply troubled by Russia's interference in our previous election and about allegations that members of the Trump campaign cooperated with Russian government officials. I think it's important for Trump to release his taxes to show once and for all whether he has debts in Russia that might be used as leverage against him. Do you believe, as I do, that Trump should release his taxes to prove that he isn't beholden to Russian interests?
But one of the very few things he has never wavered on is his desire to be rich. Now he wants to change the tax code. If we don't see his taxes, how do we know that what he's going after isn't for his personal enrichment in some way? It has to be part of his effort to change the tax code. We have to see his taxes. Thank you.
Betsy DeVos and Donald Trump seem to be committed to scrapping our public education system in favor of a private education system. Sir, What are you going to do to protect and improve our public education for all our kids?
It seems that 1 of every 5 minutes since President Trump has been elected has been spent in Mar-a-Lago. And he is on track right now in 1 year to spend more money on his trips than Obama spent in 8 years.
I'm a disabled Vietnam veteran. My big concern is for me and my fellow veterans who are all suffering from Agent Orange. I've been through more crack in the last 10 years than I can imagine, cancer. I have spinal stenosis. I have all these things going on in me. I'm kind of just waiting to die. But I'm concerned about my wife and my family after I leave. Are they going to be able to live on, and will there be veterans benefits for them?